Well, it is 6:09. Welcome back. Schools all over the nation are experiencing teacher shortages.
Yeah, and that is why alternative or non-traditional teacher certifications were initially introduced, and that was to help fill those positions.
But some educators are saying these alternative certifications are creating a learning gap for new teachers.
And happening new this morning, Aaron Fields joins us to tell us more about the issues that people are having with these non-traditional licenses. So, Aaron, what is this all about?
Yes, Tim and Alicia. So I think we all kind of learn something new every day, no matter how long you've been in the profession. I know this being my first job right after college, I'm learning something every day from you and Amber.
Sure.
But some experts are saying that 3 less years of education means less experience in the classroom. I sat down with a teacher that has a 4-year degree and one that has an alternative teaching license to see what they thought.
I didn't essentially go to school to be a teacher. I went to school to be a nurse, and I actually, when I graduated, was a nurse.
Like most people in life, Bears decided to change her career path. She is now a medical-related careers instructor at the Bismarck Career Academy. Instead of going back to school for another 4 years to become a teacher, she decided to do a 1-year gap course that gave her an alternative teacher certification. She broke down the process for me.
I had to have at least 80,000 hours of experience in my specialty field. And then once I got hired here, to bridge the gap, because I don't have an undergraduate degree in teaching, we're required, so we're issued a preliminary license for 2 years, and then within those 2 years I have to complete a bridge course called Transition to Teaching, which will essentially teach me how to teach.
Bear says during the year she learned how to create syllabuses, classroom management, curriculum development and assessments, and how to interact with kids.
We know the superintendents and other school boards perhaps want different routes by which they can license teachers so that they can get people in front of those kids as soon as possible.
Archuleta, who's been an educator for years, says by not going through traditional training, these teachers are missing out on a lot of essential practice.
A traditionally trained teacher would take courses in child psychology or adolescent psychology, learn about brain development and age appropriateness for different lessons, and actually have practicum in the field as well as a student teaching experience, so that they are well trained by the time they get into the classroom.
Archuleta tells me that the average person graduating with an education degree in North Dakota graduates with about $28,000 in debt. He says these degrees mean a lot to the teachers.
What many of our members have expressed to us is that by allowing many different forms of alternative licensure, that cheapens the degree that they worked hard and paid for. Frankly, it doesn't do much to build the profession.
You know, some of it is we weren't just picked off of the street and given to anybody. You still have to meet qualifications, and I still had to show that I do bring in value and knowledge and an area of expertise to the students.
Barrett admits that teachers with those 4-year degrees have a lot more background knowledge than she does, but says with any profession, nobody's going to know everything right off the bat.
You know, like my path, I can bring a lot of value in my experience to it, and so you can't discredit that because I haven't had the degree. It was a really hard learning curve, but that's where I say honestly, when I graduated from nursing school, the first year of being a nurse was a really hard learning curve. And it would be interesting to hear a 4-year teaching degree. That first year was probably a really hard learning curve.
Bears told me each day she learned something new from her students and continues to grow as a teacher. And she also told me most of the teachers at the Career Academy got their teacher licenses from an alternative route. But there's also 170 school districts that have applied for the teacher loan forgiveness program that we have in North Dakota. So this is still a pretty big issue.
Yeah, it's a big topic.
Multifaceted issue, yeah, with interesting points on both sides.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.